and I like to honour everyone's time. So, Kel-Anne, you can take it away, my darling.
Oh, thank you, Margie. Yeah, you had asked me the last time we spoke about my story and how I got to this point. And as everyone knows, I'm a professional singer, but that's not all I do. And last year, with the pandemic, all that had stopped. I was, like everyone else, stopped in my tracks. All the shows were cancelled, and I had some health issues which made me totally stop. And I had to reevaluate my life and work out what was my purpose, what did I really want, what really lit me up. And in reflection, I discovered a passion that I already had, and I thought, this is the time to do it. And I had been working on it for years, over 20 years, and I always had an excuse for not doing it time, or because of the singing or whatever. And I thought, no, I'm going to do it. So I decided to be a life coach, and started studying and launched my business last August. And it has been absolutely amazing. And I love guiding and helping people and helping them to discover, their true selves, to discover the power that they've got within themselves. And my business is Inspired Mindset Coaching, and it's all about discovering the power of you. And now, a year later, I find this amazing company called LifeVantage, which is a disruptive technology company that has products, one in particular, NRF2, that isn't a supplement. It is natural ingredients that activate our bodies. It's this little yellow activation pill, and it's just absolutely incredible. And it sort of, to me, integrates so beautifully with my business, because I'm all about discovering the power of you, what's within you. And that's what this actual tablet does. It's healing you from the inside out. Your body's doing the healing. It's the power of you. So it just integrates beautifully with what I'm doing my whole life. And it's going to help me, my family, my friends, my clients, just everybody. So very, very enthusiastic and excited about this journey that I'm on. So I'd like to introduce our speaker and host today, the beautiful Margie.
So what I might do is just share the screen as we move forward. And it should come up, yep, from the current slide. Okay. So, Kel-Anne, I think your description there was absolutely fabulous. Because, yes, we are so lucky to have this amazing product that we can take to all corners of the globe. And what I love about it is that it can support you and your fellow coach. Is it Nat? What's your fellow coach? Mira. And of course, Rick, with your business, when your clients come to you for help, you can send them away and they get help for the rest of the month because their body is activated and being supported by the physical treatment they're getting from you. So just a little bit about what I do. I'm a specialist MLD, manual lymphatic drainage therapist. So that is my clinic work and has been my career for the last 25 years. And it just happened by mistake because I arrived in Australia and I had to go back to college because they didn't accept my qualifications in a number of areas. I had to do a couple more modules in reflexology, in aromatherapy, and in remedial massage. I had quite a few aspects missing, and manual lymphatic drainage was one of my elective subjects. And I'm so grateful for that. If Australia had not been so strict about upgrading trained people to fit and fall in line with the Australian standards, I would have been, I suppose, an under par therapist. So I'm so grateful for that extra study I had to do when I arrived here. So in the clinic, when I found this product, I had been bitten by a tick, which was not very pleasant, and I was very sick for about 18 months. I had to close the clinic, and a friend said, oh, come and look after our home in south of France, and you can get well. I didn't know what I had. Anyway, I got there, I just got worse. I didn't get better. I thought I'd just relax, enjoy France and whatever, and it didn't happen. Anyway, a doctor there diagnosed it very quickly, just a simple blood test. He asked me a few questions and that was it. He put me straight onto antibiotics. So instead of staying a year, I had to come home within 6 months, which was a bit sad. And I was in Royal North Shore for 5 days on a drip, and then they sent me home with oral antibiotics. And I still was not getting well. I thought, oh my gosh, is this going to be my life? I think I was a little bit depressed, actually, even though I didn't quite know what depression was. But I had some very, very dark days in my, I suppose, my journey to try and find out what on earth was wrong with me. And I must tell you, Royal North Shore did not accept that I had this condition. In France, they diagnosed it, but not there, not here. And a friend offered me this little yellow pill that Kel-Anne told you about. And what happened was, I said no to her 3 times. And on the 4th time, she picked up the phone and she said, Margie, you are very stubborn. She didn't say very, she used a much stronger word, which I shall not repeat. And she said, you're going to be poor for the rest of your life. You won't be able to go and work in the clinic anymore. Have a good life. And she put the phone down. And you know what? That's the best thing she could ever have done, because I was not open to hear something new. I was just so self-centered and so engrossed in being sick that I wasn't open to try something natural to help my healing journey. So I tell you that because I just love you just to be open today, to just hear what I didn't hear. And my life has totally changed. Since that day, I have been on the product now for 3 years. But I just want to share with you, sorry, I just want to move this out of my way. I just want to share with you that it's all very well for us to take our beautiful activator, but I look at it as a bouquet. So it's not only the fact that we need to be activated, which is what Protandim NRF2 does. We need to look at what makes up all the other aspects of a balanced life. So the quality sleep is important. The fact that we do daily breath work, whether it's Qigong or Tai Chi or yoga or whatever it is with your breath, and healthy food choices. These are just some of the things that I call the 9 pillars of health. Because if you don't have any of all of these in place, or at least pay some attention to them, that little yellow pill is not going to be a fix-all. But if you take all these into consideration with the little yellow pill, well, we're on the road. So daily exercise is very important. Community contact, whether that's keeping in touch with your family in a very present, conscious way. Quality water, we know what's in our water. Quality air. So if we are living in an area which is polluted, that's not good for us either. Time out. I always include in the 9 pillars the fact that we need time out to rest and repair and just allow the body to just be. Even if it's sitting on a bench, watching the clouds or lying on the grass, listening to the birds, whatever your time out is. Could be prayer, could be meditation, whatever, but allow that every day, just a little time for that. And this brings me to the 1 pillar that we're going to talk about today. So we don't have time to do them all, but this pillar, body activation. There's 3 theories of aging that our company has addressed, and that is oxidative stress, mitochondrial decline, and sirtuin activity. Now, I'm not going to touch on sirtuin activity today because that product, Protandim NAD, is not available here in Australia yet, but Protandim NRF2 and NRF1 is, and that is the actual basis that we're going to be working with. And what it does, it activates the pathway in the body that switches on, it turns the body on so that our natural cellular signaling can actually work the way it's supposed to work, the way our body was designed to work. So we feel better and can do more. So from me, it's a great welcome to LifeVantage, who is the company that is spearheading and is pioneering biohacking. So what is biohacking? Biohacking is when we use something, and it could be some of those things that I said, where somebody uses science and technology to make his or her body function better and more efficiently. And here it happens to be exercise, but it's a lot more than that. Exercise is one thing. Those right food choices, those 9 pillars, all of that is part of biohacking. So before I go any further, I just would like to point out that this information I'm sharing is for educational purposes only. And it's my opinion, and we do not claim in any area or any time to heal, cure, prevent, mitigate, or diagnose any disease. It's not our place to do that. So who is LifeVantage? The company is 17 years young, I would say, founded in 2003. Now, I might add, this is very deceiving, 2003, because that was when the actual name LifeVantage was formed. But since 1968 is when Dr. Joe McCord has been working on his life work of anti-aging. That has been, he's a geneticist, and that is what he's been working with, how the genes can be activated. And that NRF2 pathway, which was the flagship, which is the flagship product, and what they call it, it's cutting edge science of nutrigenomics. So just to give you an idea, what actually put LifeVantage on the map was 2005, because the company was formed when they had found the product. The product went on the shelf in health food store in a chain, and it just sat there. Nothing happened until the prime time aired a review where an investigative journalist asked if they could either prove or disprove the claim. And the claim was that Protandim NRF2 reduced oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. And this reporter thought he'll definitely prove it wrong, and he'll have all this fabulous negative publicity, which wouldn't have been great for us. So that's a great little video to watch, which we haven't got time to watch now. But what actually happened, after 15 days, and he had to go in every single day to have a blood test, and he had to swallow the tablet in front of Dr. Joe McCord. So he couldn't say, yes, he took it and he didn't take it. And what actually happened in 15 days, his oxidative stress, inflammation in the tissues and all of that had dropped by more than 40%. I think it was 47% or something in 15 days. And he aired it just like that. And so it actually not only proved that they were right, but it actually improved improved percentage. So when that happened, they took the product off the shelf. They got a marketing person in, and only then did this product go on a direct selling method, because education was vital. So disruptive technology is what it's all about. And I thought I'd just share a few little incidents. So, when the Uber came along, it disrupted the transportation industry. So taxis, it's never going to be the same for them again with Uber and Ola and all those other share ride apps that have now popped up. And the same goes for blockchain and cryptocurrencies. The finance system is not going to be the same. Even investments, people who are investing, 30, 40 years ago, there wasn't an option to invest in cryptocurrency. And again, it's not going away. It's changed the way people invest and are in the finance industry. And the hotel industry, much as they didn't like Airbnb gave options, unique, convenient, low prices, unique local experiences. And of course, Airbnb is here to stay. So I am delighted to share with you that nutrigenomics, the study of nutrients that can change the gene expression, so it disrupts the nutraceutical industry. So it's not the pharmaceutical, which is the drug product, it's the nutraceuticals. And up until that period, nutraceuticals was just supplementation. This, what we're going to share with you tonight, is not supplementation, it's activation. Where if you look back, human nutrition has had no innovation for 70 to 80 years. The last innovation was when they discovered vitamin K, and that was in 1948 or something like that. And folate was also about that time. So from then to now, there's been no innovation. LifeVantage has disrupted this nutraceutical industry by introducing that word, nutrigenomics. All these words 3 years ago, I was not familiar with either. So it's the study of nutrients to change the gene expression. This disruptive technology upregulates genes and down-regulates genes, correcting the DNA and gene structure so that people's bodies can come back in balance. So DNA, of course, is where the storage of information happens, and nutrients are now able to activate the pathway in the cell that increases coordinated cell signaling. So just as a simple example, the coordinated cell signaling from the brain to the gut and the gut to the brain, when those start missing, things go wrong. The gut's not healthy, the brain starts missing things, and you get this brain fog going on. So biohacking, we spoke about earlier, with nutrigenomics. So it's not exercise that's being biohacked, it's the nutrigenomics is biohacking the body. So the body can improve the way it's performing, so you feel better, it can do more. So it's a study of nutrients and naturally occurring compounds that affect our genes. So it's all founded on science. It's driven by science. We are a wellness and personal care company that knows your products are only as good as the science they stand on. So just before I go into the science, this is just a little reminder that we need to look at lifestyle. We need to look at community. We need to look at the environment to affect how our genes work. Our genes are affected by all of these things. And when it comes to the aging process, this is just a little reminder that the aging actually starts when we are young. So if we look at, for instance, the heart, from the age of 20, rate declines by 20 to 30%. The eyes, after the age of 40, they start declining. Our breathing capacity starts declining from the age of 20, and so on through all parts of the body. So what does affect the aging process? I think over time you have all heard about free radicals. So free radicals are things that actually damage our cells internally, and they cause the aging process, and that's why they call it antioxidants. So it's stress, radiation, toxins, pollution, poor water, poor air, all of those things bombard and damage our cells. So oxidative stress is actually another way of saying internal cellular damage. So why should we lower oxidative stress? Because it damages the cells, the proteins, the DNA, and that contributes to the way we age. People have got used to aging and saying, oh, it's only because I'm 65 or I'm 70 now, and it's to be expected that I've got a sore back, or oh, I'm so tired, or I'm not sleeping really well. People don't have to accept that needs to occur, because when our body is fired up and activated, all those things are back in balance. And I refer to that like an old piano. Dr. Joe McCord describes the tuning of a piano is when the genes are regulated up and down, so everything is back in balance. So you've heard a piano when it's out of tune, it's rather not good on the ear. But then when it's played and it's in tune, that's how we should be right up until we're all going to age, but we want to age with health and wellness, not with disease and illness. So how do we lower this oxidative stress, the damage internally? By increasing the antioxidants and decreasing free radicals. Now, this is a really interesting slide, because at the age of 20, the antioxidants that we naturally produce in our body And the free radicals that are coming into our body are at the even level. So we have enough antioxidants to reduce or neutralize the free radicals. As we age from 25 for guys, 20 for women, the antioxidants decrease and the free radicals increase. So that's when things get out of balance. And the solution here is Protandim NRF2. So NRF2 combats the free radicals, it reduces the damage to the body, and it helps the body repair. So I mentioned earlier about the science. All our products are backed by science. So this is our little yellow pill that Kel-Anne initially mentioned. And I suggest that if you want to know more about what oxidative stress is and what studies have been done, 26 already published, it's pubmed.gov. And on that website, that is the biggest, most reliable online medical library in the world. It's run out of the US, but all medical people, that's where they go. Because for a study to be published there, it has to have 3 independent organizations come up with the same results. So our fabulous product has 5 naturally occurring herbs. So you might have heard of some of them: ashwagandha, bacopa, green tea, milk thistle, turmeric, all Ayurvedic and Chinese herbs that have been used for centuries. So there's nothing new about these products. They're not new. But what is important is the synergy. The way, firstly, to get these 5 products that were the ones that Dr. Joe McCord and his 4 scientists in his team, after all the trials, they found these were the 5 products that activated that pathway the most. And then once they had these 5, they had to find what was the unique formula, how much of this and how much of this and how much of that would have the greatest activation effect. And I hope this slide will give you a little insight, because so many people say to me, oh, but I drink lots of green tea, and oh yeah, I have milk thistle and I sprinkle turmeric on my potatoes or whatever. Now you'll see the effect of ashwagandha, bacopa, green tea, and milk thistle. It does have some effect in the body. But when it's put together in that formula, very specific, that effect in the body is increased by 18 times more. So that is the difference between taking the individual products and taking the patented formula. And this product has a 30-year patent on it. So this brings me to the antioxidant aspect. So the master antioxidants in the body: glutathione, superoxide dismutase. This is what Dr. Joe McCord discovered, by the way. He's famous for that. And catalase. Those are the 3 leading antioxidants that the body can produce. When we take Protandim, it upregulates. In other words, it activates the body, and it produces 300% more glutathione than you would normally produce as you age, because that goes down and down and down. So just to give you an idea, this is a very significant number here, the glutathione. When they look at a lot of illnesses and diseases, and I'm allowed to quote some, for instance, Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or MS or any of those conditions, they all have extremely low levels of glutathione in their body. Glutathione is not something you can take in a pill. It's not something that you can drink in a drink. And it's not something you can have as an injection either. When we take Protandim, it activates the NRF2 pathway, and our bodies produce the glutathione. And that's why we feel better and can do more. So of the 31 studies published, these are just some of the universities and organizations. The Heart Foundation isn't even mentioned here. But the one I want to highlight is Washington State University. And I think it's absolutely profound what it said. This was in the summary at the end of the study. And this was back in, I think, 2007 7. NRF2, which might well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and, listen, most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. It is our opinion that raising NRF2 is likely to be the most important health promoting approach into the foreseeable future. So what this really means, we would not claim that by taking NRF2 Protandim that we can prevent any disease, because we've already claimed that right in the beginning. But what this does, it's almost like saying, you know, how long do I have to take it? Well, how long would you like to stay healthy and well? It's your own internal ability to say, yes, I want my body to stay healthy, or no, I don't. So from our point of view in the Australian market, we have NRF2, Protandim, NRF1, and because the brain and the gut are so closely linked, many people, as they age, they have a weakness in the gut. And when the gut lining is damaged, the enzymes, as we go further, the biomes repair the gut lining to allow the body to recover and allow those pathways to then communicate the way they're supposed to. So now we come to the second one, Protandim NRF1. This is a very important pathway because it keeps the mitochondria functioning at peak performance. Now, mitochondria is in every single cell. It's almost like the battery. You know, when you switch the light on, the battery's in use. But as we age, our mitochondria not only decline in numbers, but they get damaged, so they don't perform. And that's why people start feeling really tired. They don't have the energy they used to have, but there's no reason why they shouldn't. If their mitochondria were repaired and the mitochondria were able to replicate, those energy levels would be able to be maintained. So when we say peak performance here, this is one of the most important products for these people are hiking, but it doesn't matter what your actual performance is. I mean, we've got a mum here with 3 kids. That is peak performance. She's on the go all day, every day. She can't suddenly take time out because she's tired. So peak performance could be hiking. It could be an elite athlete. Whatever peak performance is for you, that's what we want to try and achieve by including activation of this NRF1 pathway. So, of course, it does reduce free radicals and damage to the body, but most importantly, it enhances the energy levels in the body. And again, these are all naturally occurring compounds. And again, the same thing. They chose Dr. Joe McCord and his scientists from over 40 different compounds to find the ones that activated the most. So this is just a little bit about the ProBio. It's a vegan capsule. It's called a DR cap, which is a registered trademark. But that is very important because it takes 52 minutes from when you swallow it till it gets into the small and large intestines. So it is not damaged. These biomes are not damaged by the stomach acid. So all those fabulous strains are getting to where they have to go. And it is included in this ProBio, it's a capsule, is a beta glucan, which is very important for our immune health, especially at this time. I think we're all going through quite a challenging time with the COVID doing such crazy things that it is at the moment. And now when it comes to brain health, the fourth product that we have in our portfolio is the omega products. And you'll see here, it's omega-3 fatty acids, EPA, DHA, and it's from the Norwegian cod in cold waters. And we are delighted to say that we can track the oils from the boat to the fish to the bottle. They know exactly which boat the oils in that bottle came from. So there's no chance of contamination or anything of that nature. So we come to the skincare. The skincare, we are very proud to say, is the only natural skincare regime on the market in the world that is activated by the anti-aging NRF2 formula. So that's throughout that whole product. So it's not only anti-aging from within, but also from without, from inside out and outside in. And the hair care is exactly the same. It's activated by our anti-aging, same as the skincare. And these Stevia Awards is one of the top American business awards. And we've got, for the last 2 years, from 1990 and 2019 and 2020, obviously 21 we don't know yet, but we've had many awards from this hair care, leading the pack. So manufacturing, laboratory, quality, very important. So this sentence here, LifeVantage Pros are consistent, effective, and 100% tested. What that means is the products are tested as they come in to the laboratories, during the process of manufacture, whilst they're being packaged, and spot checks even when they're already on the shelf. Not on the shelf, but in the pack sheet in the warehouse. So our company actually exceeds industry standards. They're very and most particular. We have a lot of medical professionals in the business, and we cannot have a product on the market that does not meet those strict standards. So we have a passion for progression. So from a tiny little small biotech company with Dr. McCaw and his little band of scientists, they are now a biohacking powerhouse. So I'm really delighted. The company believes there's no limit to human potential when there exists a passion for progression. So for any of you who decide to join us or stay with us or try the products, there are going to be new products. They are continually in the research process, and it's ongoing. So this is just an example that Protandim has proven to manage oxidative stress in high-level athletes. So we have some athletes at the Olympic Games, and our product has that special rating. So any athlete at any level can use it, and it doesn't affect their blood and is not considered an enhancement of like any drugs that they would be taking, because it's a completely 100% natural product. So network marketing is the business of the future. So I say that, but Bill Gates and Richard Branson are two, leading business entrepreneurs who both are involved in network marketing, and that's what they say about it, because it does have a very special model. It appeals to anybody, anywhere. They can do it at whatever level they want, part-time, full-time, in the pockets of their life. It can be run from a laptop. It can be run from a mobile phone. It's a very easy business to run if you want to do the business. And what I think our passion is the fact that we are able to help so many people improve their health, but also give them financial security for the future. So we were just talking about this linear situation of money earning. So Rick and me and Kel-Anne, we're all in that position where when we work, do an hour or an hour and a half massage, looking after a client, we get paid. But we've got to go and find another client so we can get paid. You're just working on your own, getting paid for what you do. Whereas where the business that we're in is a leveraged business. We all work as teams. We are business builders, and we work together, and you're never alone. And it's so easy to build as a team. And again, here we are so excited because we're already in 26 countries, and the Philippines is next. In 2 months, or just over 2 months, the Philippines will be opening, and we're really excited about that. This just gives some idea of the earning potential. So we can never claim you will earn this, but what we can say is this is what is the average, because we are a NASDAQ listed, a publicly listed company. So all these figures have to be audited. So it's not fudged. So at a Pro 3 level, which some people take 8 months, some people get to Pro 3 in their second month. That is what they can earn on an ongoing basis. And so it goes through. I'm Pro 5 at the moment, going Pro 6. So I'm earning somewhere between here. So it's pretty on on target. And Charlotte, who heads up Australia, is somewhere between Pro 9 and Pro 10, and she is earning over $50,000 a month. So those, and she's been in the business for 5 years now. So those are just the possible earning potential, depending on the time you have and what you are prepared to do to achieve the goals that you have in mind. Why are we so successful? I think the most important thing, if you don't have a product that really works, we don't have a business. But our product is unique in that the retention rates are extremely high, running into between 60 and 85%. That's our average. And it's a unique product because you can't buy it anywhere. You can only buy it from a distributor like Kel-Anne. It appeals to a mass market. That's everybody, male, female, anyone over the age of 20, and lots of children already on the product because it's completely natural anyway. It's affordable, it's backed by science, and it is a monthly consumable product. So because people are having a great result, they order again and again. So what makes LifeVantage different? So I'd say the one thing is you earn while you learn. You start earning straight away because we've got all the support systems there. Everything is online. We meet as teams. The product we've talked lots about. The timing, oh my word, is the timing perfect now? When lots of people are in lockdown, we can work from home. And to give you an idea, in the first lockdown, and now we've got the second lockdown, I couldn't work in my clinic, couldn't earn any money from the clinic, but this online business, which was my second income stream, has now become my main income stream because I've just kept working all the way and the business has just grown. Just every month it just grows more and more. So that is a great example of most of us in the business who are, and you know what we are a solution company because how many people are looking for that second income? We can offer them a solution. And of course, health at the moment, because of the COVID, perfect timing. Compensation we've just touched on, and the company. So we've touched on a few things there, but it's a company that is at the leading edge and it's going to stay at the leading edge. And according to the stats, we are number 10 in the top 500 network marketing companies. That's in Momentum. But in actual fact, we are not in Momentum yet, even though we're in the top 10. We're not actually in Momentum. So it's a really good time. If you're thinking about the business side, it's a great time to join the company. So where do you see yourself? So do you want to biohack and become a customer? Or do you want to work with us to improve the health of many, many people? 1 billion people is our mission. Then you're most welcome to join us as a distributor. Or you might just want to order your pack. Or do you want to just change the lives of many? So from me, I just want to say thank you.